Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jai Hind, Namaskar. So I hope I am properly audible and visual to all of you. So good morning, and I welcome you all to this session. So how is your preparation going on? Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and I welcome you all to this session. So the 2026 mains examination, the GS papers are done. GS papers have been completed, and now it's optional time next Saturday, Sunday. So now in today's session, the articles which we are going to discuss, if we talk about this, there will be one such article which is related to the household cost of unemployment. The household cost of unemployment. The second article is with respect to job creation, and the third article is with respect to smart glasses and privacy gaps. And the privacy gaps. So these are the topics which we are going to discuss. Last day, we have not seen this one topic, so we are going to look at this one. Yesterday's I think question was not uploaded there. Question upload नहीं हुआ था, तो आज वो हो जाएगा. It was due to some technical glitch. So today both the questions will get uploaded there. Today's question as well as yesterday's question. तो दोनों ही upload हो जाएगा. So don't worry about this. So today it will be done. Today both the questions will be done of last day also and today's as well. So let's start. The first part which we are going to start with is the household consumption. The first part which we are going to, household cost. The first part which we are going to discuss is about the household cost of this job, of this unemployment. So let us see this one thing. Let us see this one thing, like what is the household cost of unemployment. First we will look at some of the unemployment data. पहले हम लोग कुछ data देखेंगे, and then we will try to examine that how it is impacting, how the households are also getting impacted because of unemployment. Now, if we look at this, if we look at the PLFS data, periodic labor force survey, if we look at this one thing, PLFS. So PLFS 2025 of 2025. This one indicates that we are having unemployment, we are having a youth unemployment of around 14.8%. 14.8% among the age group of 18 to 29 years. So 14.8% unemployment. This is in the age gap of 18 to 29 years. 18 to 29 years. This is one thing which we see. Okay. Then if we talk about those who have got more education, I think this is one thing which we have discussed in our previous sessions also, that more the education, less the employment. So we see that in the case of tertiary educated, in case of tertiary educated youth, tertiary educated youth, those who are having diploma, those who are diploma holders, graduate or postgraduate, among them it is more than 29%. It is around 29.4% unemployment. 29.4% unemployment. If we look at this tertiary educated youth, the more they are educated, more unemployment is there. In fact, what we see, but this is one thing, this one data is in fact, this one data which we are seeing, it doesn't take into account, it does not count those people, it doesn't count those people who are not ready to work. okay, who have stopped looking for work, okay, who have stopped looking for work. Stopped looking for work. Now, remember this one thing. When we are talking about this data, it is talking about unemployment. And one of the definition of unemployment is that if someone is seeking a job, if someone is looking for a job, and if they're not getting the job, then they are counted as unemployed. Yet someone is trying to take a job and then they are not getting the job, then they are counted as unemployed. But there are so many people who have stopped looking for work. Why? Because they are not getting quality job. Why they have stopped? Why they have stopped? There are multiple reasons. Why? Why they are not looking for job? They are not looking for job just because of lack of quality jobs. Lower wages. Skill mismatch. Poor quality of job. So certain people have also in fact stopped looking for work. They're not looking for the work. Why? Because it is not paying sufficient enough. It is paying not sufficient enough in order to meet their daily expectation, in order to meet their daily requirement. Okay. So here we have around 40.1% of youth who are neither in education, nor in employment, nor in training. Okay. So we also see that there are 40.1% of youth, they are in NEET phase. They're in NEET phase. And this is not NEET examination. It stands for neither in education, employment, or training. So we have got 40% of the youth who are there in the NEET phase. 40.1% of the youth who are there in the NEET phase, they are neither in education, nor in employment, nor in training. So we see that a large number of people are in fact not looking for this. And when we talk about the women in this case, the figure is much more greater. We see that in the case of women, this figure is 74.7%. They are outside labor force. They are outside labor force. They're outside the labor force, means they are not part of like those who will be counted as employed or unemployed. इनकी काउंटिंग ना तो एम्प्लॉयड में होती है ना ही अनएम्प्लॉयड में होती है. So we see that they are out of the labor force. The labor force is counting the unemployment only when someone is looking for job and then they are not getting it. But we see that around 74.7% of women, young women, they are out of this labor force. They are not looking for anything. They have stopped looking for jobs. Okay. Now what we see, okay, this is representing this one part that we have got some of the people who are unemployed. We have got 40% of the youth who are neither in education, nor in employment, nor in training. We have got 74.7% of women who are outside the labor force. Now, while we are talking about this, here we are looking at individual people. Here we are looking at this individual people that who are affected by this. A youth is affected by this. But many often we ignore this one part, that it is not the youth alone. It is their household. It is their families who are also impacted. Okay. So we will try to see the second part of it, the impact on household. The impact on household. Impact on household. If we are talking about this one thing, the impact on household, what we see, there are around 15.4% of Indian households who are having at least one person. Okay, they are having at least one tertiary educated young adult. There are around 15.4% household. They have at least one tertiary educated young adult. So means they are having a tertiary educated young adult. Adult means 18 to 29 years of age. We're not counting the 15 years here. We are talking that they are of the age of 18 to 29 years. Out of the labor force means they are not demanding for job. They have stopped looking for job. Like suppose that if I'm applying for job and if I'm not getting it, then I will be called as unemployed. But if I stop looking for the job itself, then as per the definition, that is not called as unemployed. Unemployed are those people who are looking for job and then they are not getting it. They are part of labor force and they can be classified as employed or unemployed. But if someone stopped looking for job, someone is not looking for the job itself, then they will be called as, they will not be part of the labor force. Now what we see, there are at least 20% who is supporting one unemployed educated adult. Okay. What we see that there is around 20% households, they are supporting at least one tertiary educated means here we see that there is a family dependence. We see that there is a family dependence. We see that in around 1/5 of the families in India, in around 1/5 of the families in India, we see that there is at least one person who is dependent on the family. Okay. Like the average cost is, okay, like the average cost, if suppose that if there is an unemployed educated youth, okay, so they have to spend more. Okay. So this is something, this one part is something which is increasing their budget. Okay, this increases their consumption budget. This is increasing their consumption budget. This is something which is increasing their consumption budget. Tertiary educated means those who are having diploma, okay, diploma or degree or post graduation. So they are college tertiary educated. Okay. So what we see that they are having this increase in their consumption budget. Many of these households have one working person or 1.5 working person. Okay. Only 1.5 earning members have only 1.5 earning members on average. क्या आपके घर में earning members कितने हैं? At how many earning members are there in your family? What we see that, like if there is like household which is having an unemployed youth, they are having just 1.5 earning member. If we see that if there is no such unemployment, if the youth are employed, then it will increase. But we see that there is only 1.5 earning members on an average. Okay. So there are many such families also who are having no such there are no such earner. In fact, we see that 14.4% families, we see that 14.4% families, there we see that no earner. If we look at this, around 39.5% have one single earner. One single earner. But only 1% is earning the money. Only 1% is earning the money. Around 62.5% of the households, they do not have regular salaried earners. Okay. Or around two-thirds or 62.5%. We see that around 62.5%, they have no regular salaried worker. They are not receiving a regular salary. Around 62.5% of the households, they are not earning regular salary. What we also see that they have there is around 28% or around 30% who have been employed for almost 2 years. Okay. So we see that the figures are not very good for the families. अगर हम सिर्फ इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे देखते हैं तो we see that 14% are unemployed. These many people are out of the job market. But if we look at the families, the picture becomes more it is something which is more devastating. It is something which is more complicated and challenging. Okay. So we see that this is not looking quite good. If we are looking at the household, the impact is at a larger level. The impact is at a furthermore larger level. Okay. Now we know that when we talk about this, families who are there, they invest in education. But what is their expectation? They have an expectation about good job, good salary. They have an expectation of good job, good salary. They think that they are investing in education, and when they are investing in education, it will be bringing the job for their family. It will be bringing the money for their family. Their family status would improve. Okay. They are looking towards upward mobility. They are looking to upward mobility. They are looking towards upward mobility. This is what they are expecting. That if we are having investment in this education, then there will be something better in the future. आने वाले समय में कुछ अच्छा होगा. That is what they are expecting. Okay. That is what they are expecting. There is also a prolonged job search. Okay. We see that at the same time, we see that there is a prolonged job search. There is a prolonged job search. Now, this one depletes household saving. This one depletes household savings plus increases consumption. Increases consumption. So we see that there is a prolonged job search. If people are looking for a job or opportunities for a long period of time, it is depleting up the resources of the families. Okay. What we see that heavy financial pressure. We see that the single earners, they are under heavy financial pressure. They are under heavy financial stress. They are under heavy financial stress. And also what we see that due to this heavy financial stress, many a time, those who are looking for quality job, those who are looking for quality jobs are in fact ready to do whatever they can do. Okay. So it is something which compromises. It is something which is compromises quality job hunt. Quality job hunt. Okay. Just to give you an example, now many of you are in quite a young age. I think most of you are in the age group of 20, 21, 22, 24. Okay. So it might not still be a pressure for you. It might not be that much pressure for you. And after a certain period of time, if there are some people who are not getting job, who are not getting selected, then what we see that the family pressure becomes visible. Sometimes the parents may not say this, but you know that the family pressure is going to become visible. You may like not say anything in front of them. They may not say anything in front of you, but then both of you will realize that yes, there is a challenge. We need to earn money. And then many a time people leave their dream job, or people have to move away from what they want from their life, and then they have to start working. So normally nowadays we have seen so many movies. Why are you doing 9 to 6 jobs, or why are you doing 9 to 6 jobs or routine jobs? You should do something innovative with your life. You should do something extraordinary with your life. जो आपका मन करे वो करो. So it's not an option for everyone. It's not an option for everyone that they can do whatever they want to do. For many of them, it becomes a huge challenge to sustain that financial pressure. उस फाइनेंशियल प्रेशर को सस्टेन कर पाना बहुत ही मुश्किल हो जाता है. It's not for everyone that they can choose whatever they want to do. Sometimes they have to do what has to be done. They are forced to do something which they don't even like, which they don't even want to do, but they have to do it because they don't have any other option. So this is also something which we see that it's not possible. It's not possible to continue for looking for that dream job or dream work. Sometimes people have to migrate away. Okay. So what we see that this expectation of the family, the expectation of family, this is something which is pushes youth to immediate employment. They need something immediately. Okay. They need to do something on a like now what we see that that from bad job to good job, okay, like from bad job to good job, we see that this one changes from any job. Okay. That people are first differentiating between bad job and good job, and then they have to go for any job. Okay. So this is one of the part which we see here in the case of the families, that what they have to do eventually, क्या उन्हें करना पड़ता है eventually. So that is one of the part which we see here in the case of the job market. Okay. Now in this situation, what should be the approach? Okay. What should be the approach? परमेश्वर आपका बैच किस मंथ में हुआ था? किस मंथ में आपका बैच हुआ था? Okay, let me know in the part. I will let you know. Okay. What we see that then, if we are looking at this, what is the alternative? What is the policy suggestion? What is the policy suggestion? What is the policy suggestion? That what should be done? Okay, what should be done? We have to like look at this one thing. Like we have to look at this one part. We are focusing just on the skilling thing. Okay, that we are focusing just on that we will give some employment. Like government ने क्या किया? Government has launched this Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Government has come with this Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, and this one is giving skilled at a very basic level. एक basic level की skilling दी जाती है कि people are taught how to do carpentry works. Okay, people are taught how to do carpentry works. People are taught how to do other related works. So this is something which is not feasible or not suitable for everyone. Like someone has done civil engineering, they are out of job, and you are telling them do a carpentry job or do any other job. So why they have invested lakhs of rupees on going through that civil engineering if they're not getting a quality job? If someone has done electronics and communication engineering and you're saying them that, okay, let me train you on how to make a machine, how to make a generator, how to repair a generator. So are they going to work for that? So what type of a skill are you giving to the people under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana? So it is not for everyone. Our focus on these type of skilling is like, even if we are talking about the AI courses which are being taught, that we have free online AI courses. So that is a basic level AI courses. Everyone knows that, and still they are not getting the job. आप बेसिक सिखाओगे AI is a technology which works by its own, it learns by its own, और दो चार चीजें सिखाकर फिर आपने सर्टिफिकेट दे दिया कि now you are aware about AI. So what type of job are they going to get from that AI? So we see that our certification courses, okay, our certification courses are not good enough. Our skilling programs are not good enough for quality jobs. Okay. So we see that the skilling programs, they are not good enough, to provide quality jobs. Okay. This is one of the part. Okay. We are calculating. So we have to improve. As per industry standard. As per industry standards. We have to address demand and supply mismatch. Demand and supply mismatch. Okay. We see that we are calculating PLFS. But what we have to do, we have to need to shift towards estimating time duration of unemployment. That we need to shift towards estimating duration of unemployment. That for what time, okay, what time we are doing this, for how long the people are employed, for how long the people are not even joining the labor force. Okay. For how long the people are not even joining the labor force. Okay. Then what we see that there must be consideration of, there must be a consideration of economic circumstances there must be consideration of economic circumstances of families supporting unemployed educated youths, that how much they have invested, and at the end of this how much they are getting back. At the end of the day, how much they are getting back. Okay, so we have to also like avoid, or we have to also look at this one thing, like many a times the jobs are getting delayed. Suppose if you are preparing for government job now, many of you are preparing for this UPSC, like many of क्या आप सभी लोग तो UPSC में prepare कर रहे हो, so you know the cycle that it gets completed in 1 year or 2 year, so you are having a certainty about it. आपके पास इस एग्जाम की certainty है कि next year the exam is going to be conducted on 23rd of May, when the mains exam will be conducted, and then by what time the result will be announced. So you are having a certainty about it. यूपीएससी में कम से कम आपको इस बात की certainty तो है. I think that is something which you all know. Okay. Now the thing is, ki if we are here, we know that there is a certainty of exam. But I think you are all aware about the other examinations which are being conducted in our country, whether it is SSC examinations or state pieces examination, railway examination, teacher examination, everything. Okay. Everything. So you can see that the different type of other jobs which are there, we have seen that what is their condition. There is a need to avoid unnecessary delay. Okay. There is a need to avoid the unnecessary delay. Avoiding unnecessary delays due to irregular exams, or like paper leak, corruption, etc. Due to corruption, etc. See, if we are looking at those students who are preparing in Jharkhand, those students who have been preparing in Jharkhand for the examination, okay, Now, you may see that simply as a protest. You may see that simply like uh, the students are protesting, they are demanding something, police is doing lathi charge, then government agrees, then high court disagrees. So this goes on. But have you ever wondered what about their family condition? In what conditions they have been brought up? Why they are looking for this job? Why they have become so much impatient that they have to come out on the streets just to ask for jobs? Getting a job in India is not so much easy. It is very much challenging, and it's becoming challenging day by day. Okay. So most of the people have to go ultimately towards the immediate jobs rather than a good job. So this is one of the challenge which we see in the case of our country. Okay. Now, related with this, what we see that there was another article. Okay, there was another article, and which was related to the good job. इसी से related था कि why the people are looking for good job. Okay. तो I think दोनों को अब आप connect करके देख सकते हो. Okay. दोनों को आप कनेक्ट करके देख सकते हो कि वाई देयर इज अ डिमांड ऑफ गुड जॉब ऑल्सो. तो कल भी एक आर्टिकल था, आज भी एक आर्टिकल है. तो वी हैव टेकन अ मिक्स ऑफ दोज टू आर्टिकल्स कि व्हाट आर द पीपल लुकिंग फॉर प्लस what the people are actually getting and what is the impact on their family. So we see that there is a lack of quality job. तो आप थोड़ा सा आप इसका जो डेटा वगैरह है दूसरे आर्टिकल का भी देख लेना. When you are getting the notes, you can add some more data from there also with respect to this. Okay, so this is one of the part that what we need to do with respect to our job sector, economic sector. तो दोनों का डेटा आप थोड़ा कंपेयर भी कर लेना. Now moving to the next part, Moving to the next part, we have this one thing called as smart glasses and the privacy gaps. Smart glasses. तो आप में से किसी ने स्मार्ट ग्लासेस अभी तक लिया है या नहीं? So there is one thing called as smart glasses, which has come up recently there in the market. कई सारे स्मार्ट वॉचेज जो स्मार्ट there has been certain things like there was initially a smart watch, then we have got a smart ring also, then we have now got a smart watches also, sorry, a smart uh, like lenses also, smart glasses also. Okay. So what we see that there is nahi dekho, there is one thing which I always say. See, it's not about one person. Remember one thing कि हमें हमेशा एक चीज सिखाया गया है कि if you are making a person as a leader for one day, then the things will change. It's not going to change in one day. It's not going to change in one day. We need a institutional change. इस व्यक्ति को एक दिन आप राष्ट्रपति, प्रधानमंत्री या सीएम बना दोगे, it will not change. We see that there is a need of change in the institutions. And if institutions become strong, no matter whoever is PM or president or CM, things will automatically be there in line. सर आपका स्मार्ट ग्लास लग रहा है? नहीं नहीं नहीं, it's normal glass. It's normal glass. It is having which lens? It will have concave lens only, no smart glasses. So we see that the smart glasses are there, which is having this operating. Okay, so what is there? They can answer the calls. If we look at this, they can be used to see the messages, they can be used to answer the calls. That is one part. Okay, they can also take video or photo. They also have speakers, they have integrated camera, microphone, etc. Okay, now what is the issue? If we look at this, the smart glasses, they are having two things. One is camera and they are having microphone. They are having camera and microphone. Now this is something which can be used. मेरा glass match हो रहा है? हाँ, correct. I will also add smart features in this. इसमें मैं भी स्मार्ट फीचर्स जो है वो ऐड करवाऊंगा. ठीक है, I will inform that Parmeshwar, don't worry. Okay. So now what we see, we have this microphone and camera. Now this is something which can be used to record voice or video, or it can also take photos, right? There are other applications also, in fact, like it can be used for answering calls, it can be used for many other things. ये सभी भी इसके applications में हैं that it can be done. But here there is this one question कि ये सब बातें तो ठीक है. There is one thing that the privacy. Is there a challenge with respect to privacy? क्या यहाँ पे privacy को लेकर risk हो सकता है? That if we are having the smart glasses, can there be a privacy risk? Of course, usefulness can be there, but can there be a privacy risk? Can it be used to record private moments? Can it be used to record the private moments? Can it become a source of like a source of child abuse? or pornography? Can it also become a source of like harassment, a harassment for women, harassment for women? So can all these things be possible with respect to these smart glasses? Can it all be there? Can it be there for the covert recording? Okay. Now see this one thing. Suppose that there are two aspects of any person, and this is a reality. There are two aspects for any person. There is a reality thing that on one side we can see that there is a government officer. Let me give you an example. There is a government officer. Now, as a government officer, and many of you are going for that, many of you are going to become the government officers. So, if you are working, if you are there in a public life, you have a different responsibility. But as a private person, you are different. As a private person, you are different. So, suppose that you are saying something in your like private space, you are saying something in your private space, someone is recording it and then misusing it. If someone is recording your private conversation and then it is recorded and then it is streamed, will that be a challenge or not? And if you're thinking that no, that a person who is there in public life, they have no such private life, then it is wrong. Everyone will have their own opinion, their private life and everything. So they will have their own opinion, they will have their own discussions, they will have their own ideology. As a public person, of course, they can remain accountable. As a public person, they can remain accountable. But as a private person, it is their life, their choice. As a private person, it is their life, their choice, whatever they want to do. So what we see that this smart glasses can in fact become a challenge for many people. For many people. So now, if we are talking about this, there can be a non-consensual recording. There can be a non-consensual recording. There can be a non-consensual recording. That can also be there. Okay. Plus, at the same time, there is also one thing, third-party access. Third-party access. The company can also access cloud data. The company which is providing the smart glasses, they will be providing the cloud access or the cloud storage. स्मार्ट ग्लासेस का ऑफ कोर्स क्लाउड स्टोरेज ही होगा, यहाँ पे कंप्यूटर का मॉडेम तो लगाकर चलेंगे नहीं, और वी विल नॉट हैव अ हार्ड डिस्क अलोंग विद द ग्लासेस, या हार्ड डिस्क में स्टोर होता जाए. ऑफ कोर्स देयर विल बी क्लाउड स्टोरेज. सो व्हेन देयर इज अ क्लाउड स्टोरेज, then again we will have this challenge that some company will be having the access to that data. Some company will be having that access to the data. So that is also one of the challenge. Okay. So what we see that there are like there are certain risks. There are risks which are there for women also. There is also risk to children also. Okay. There is also this risks of violation of privacy. Public life versus private life. It can be a tool for blackmailing. It can be a tool for blackmailing. It can be a tool for blackmailing. There can also be a extensive unchecked data collection. Extensive unchecked data collection. So all these things are possible. All these things are possible, which we can see. You may have seen that during this protest also, many a times people have taken recording of so many people there, and then they have used it. They have published it on social media, and it became a tool for doxing. So we have seen that during the protest also. During the protest also, we have seen that many people, they have been recorded on cameras, sometimes with their knowledge, sometimes without their knowledge, and then they have been those videos or those audios have been published on social media, and then it has become a source for their blackmailing. Some of them have to like write apologies letters, some of them have got FIRs against them. So suppose if I am there in this room, there are two parts of it. If I am here in this room, there is two part of it, that I am taking an online class. If I am saying something in the online class to the public, then of course there will be a scrutiny over it. There is going to be scrutiny over it. But suppose if I'm switching off the camera, if I'm switching off the broadcasting and everything, and then I am talking to two people here in the studio, and I'm talking about anything. So that audio, if it is recorded and then if it is being published without my consent, then it will be a violation of my privacy. It can have multiple challenges. So what we see that the smart glasses which are there, it can be a real threat. It can be a real threat to the privacy of the people. It can be unlocking new challenges for the people. That is the issue with the smart glasses. Okay. So what we see that, first of all, we don't have appropriate law. There is another challenge. Okay. The challenge is lack of appropriate law. Okay. So law is like moving like a tortoise. Okay. Law is having the speed of tortoise. Law is having the speed of tortoise, and the technology, it is having the speed of a rabbit. And although in our stories, what we see that the tortoise wins against the rabbit, but in reality, you know that it's not true. तो हमारी कहानियों में ऐसा दिखाया जाता है कि the rabbit is winning, is losing, and the tortoise is gaining. But in the reality, it is not so. In the reality, it is not so. So what we see that in the case of the law, the speed is of a tortoise. Now we have come with some digital personal data protection rules, which are just talking about the recording of data. Okay, like our DPDP Act. The DPDP Act. This one, if we talk about this is something, it is focusing on purpose of data collection rather than mechanism. Okay. It is focusing on, there is a focus on purpose of data collection. Not on the mechanism. That how it has been obtained, in what conditions it has been obtained. Okay. So what we see that in a story everything is true. Okay. So what we see that the law is having the speed of the tortoise and the technology is having the speed of rabbit. Okay. So that is one part which we see here in the case of the part, that we don't have appropriate laws for the prevention of this. देखो, of course, this is one part कि smart glasses will not be allowed in the examination. But the challenge is this, that how many people and at what level you are going to protect this. किस किस लेवल पे आप इसको प्रोटेक्ट कर पाओगे. Like suppose if there is a UPSC examination and UPSC will come with all the guidelines, what are smart watches, what are smart glasses, and everything will be there where people will try to protect it. But the question is, in normal exams, if someone is using smart glasses at all the schools of India, in all the government schools of India where exam is taking place, do we have the capacity to stop it? That will become a challenge. Okay. Of course, main exam में तो आप बचा लोगे, but बाकी exams में. So again, this is going to pose a new level of challenge. It is like how we are regulating it. देखो, in smart watches there is a feature. Sorry, in smart glasses there is a feature that if you are recording a video, there will be a LED light which will be blinking. LED light which will be blinking. So this is a safety measure. Why? Because when you are having the blinking of light, others can see that you are recording it or you are using it. स्मार्ट ग्लासेस में अगर वो ब्लिंक कर रहा है तो आपको मालूम चल जाएगा कि yes, someone is using it. So there should be an indicator of it. एक इंडिकेटर होना चाहिए. There should be an indicator of it. But many a times you can simply do away with those indicators. आप उसको hide कर सकते हो. You can easily hide it. You can easily hide it. You can easily hide those indicators. So this is one of the challenging situation which we see here. Now I am giving you two questions. आपको मैं दो क्वेश्चन दे रहा हूं, but that will be related to job. The unemployment in India is not just an individual's challenge. It has implication on the family. Elaborate and suggest measures. This will be there in 250 words. Okay. And the second one is, India doesn't only need job, but there is a requirement of quality jobs. Comment. 150 words. तो दोनों क्वेश्चन जो है वो सेम टॉपिक जो हमने पहले पढ़ा है उससे रिलेटेड है. We have to write the answer for it. Okay. There was one question, can UPSC aspirant should have plan B? देखो, if you have started, suppose you have started your preparation at age of 20 to 21. Okay. If you have started your preparation at the age of 20 to 21, then till I think 24 years, just focus on exam. After 24 years, you can look for B. You can look for plan B. उसका रीजन क्या है कि after this age, it's not that you have to completely switch away. But yes, the reality is, if the family conditions are not good enough, you have to look for alternative jobs. You have to look for alternative options. और तैयारी के लिए तो फिर भी आपके पास मिनिमम 8 साल तो बचे हुए हैं. You're still having 8 years. They can also prepare when you are having some job. And nowadays, many of the skilling courses are there. Many of the skilling courses are available online. But yes, you have to give focus. You have to choose कि आप किस फील्ड में एक्सेल कर सकते हो. You have to do research on it. Okay. Okay. Now, so last day we have this one question. That avoiding a challenge doesn't solve it. In this context, analyze the approach taken by government to regulate the use of social media by minors. What lesson India can draw from its culture to address these challenges? एक क्वेश्चन था. Okay. So this is one thing which we have to write. Okay. अब देखो यहाँ पे एनालाइज करना है आपको अप्रोच को, तो you have to show the cause and effect. अब देखो यहाँ पे क्योंकि इस क्वेश्चन में हम लोग बीच में ऑस्ट्रेलिया और बाकी का एग्जांपल देंगे, सो डोंट स्टार्ट विद दैट इन द इंट्रोडक्शन में आप सीधा सोशल मीडिया के बारे में बता सकते हो कि सोशल मीडिया को लेकर क्या क्या डिस्कशन चल रहा है. तो यू कैन डिस्कस इन जनरल अबाउट सोशल मीडिया इन द इंट्रोडक्शन. इसमें आप सोशल मीडिया के बारे में जस्ट एक ऐसा एग्जाम्पल दे दो, और यू कैन टॉक अबाउट कि रिसेंटली इंस्टाग्राम हैज डन इट और फेसबुक हैज डन इट. तो ट्राई टू डू दिस वन थिंग इन द इंट्रोडक्शन पार्ट. सेकेंड थिंग इज, after this you have to analyze. So analyze is cause and effect. Cause and effect. Okay. So analyze cause here means what steps has been taken. Steps by governments. Steps by governments. S means you have to talk about multiple such governments. What Australia has done, what China has done, what US, UK has done. And in case of India, what has been done? Yes, you can also give the example of Karnataka. You can talk about the state governments also. You can also talk about government regulations in India with respect to social media. कि age appropriate या government is having multiple such platforms जहां पे वो कई सारे contents को हटाने का भी काम करते हैं, which can be age inappropriate, उसको हटाने का भी काम करते हैं. So what you can see is that steps by government including India. Okay. Then you will try to find the implications. कि क्या इसका implications रहा है. Try to show both the positive as well as negative. इसका पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव पार्ट दोनों को ही आपको बताना है कि what has been the effect of it. ये चीज आपको देना होगा क्यों. the question is asking about the implications, the effect of it. So you have to mention both the positive as well as the negative side of it. Okay. Then at the same time, what lessons India can draw from its culture to address these challenges. तो इसको हम लोगों ने कल डिस्कस किया ही था कि what lessons can be there from the past, that how we can address these challenges. So this is what you have to write in the answer. तो लोगों को सीरियस रहने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए? कुछ नहीं. why to be serious? सीरियस रहना ही क्यों है? अच्छा, what is the meaning of seriousness? What is the meaning of seriousness? देखो, अगर हम लोग बात करें कि what is that meaning of that seriousness. Suppose you are studying in the class. तो क्लास के समय में आपका सीरियसनेस होता है कि नहीं? जो चीजें मैं पढ़ा रहा हूं उस पर आप फोकस्ड होते हो कि नहीं? इफ यू आर फोकस्ड ऑन दैट, इट्स फाइन. सपोज यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर द एग्जाम, आर यू डूइंग ऑल द टास्क अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट? कि आप एग्जाम को लेकर फोकस्ड हो. ठीक है. यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर योर मेंस, यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर योर प्रीलिम्स, यू आर रिवाइजिंग द थिंग्स. तो अगर आप ये सब कर रहे हो तो देन यू आर सीरियस. एंड देन other things in life on day-to-day basis. कि बाकी जो चीजें हैं, तो you have to find the humor in the life. You have to always find the humor in the life. If you're not finding that humor in the life, then what is the meaning of all these things? What is the ultimate aim? Okay. What is the ultimate aim? Why we are doing all these things? We want to remain happy. We want to take care of the family. We want to be financially stable. तो हैप्पी हेल्दी होना है. तो जस्ट बिकॉज इफ यू वांट टू बी हैप्पी हेल्दी एंड टेकिंग केयर ऑफ योर फैमिली, तो देन एट द सेम टाइम यू हैव टू टेक केयर राइट नाउ ऑल्सो. तो ह्यूमर एंड दैट थिंग विच वी जनरली कॉल दैट कि हाँ सीरियसनेस, दैट इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. समटाइम्स माई फैमिली मेंबर्स डू नॉट कंसिडर मी एज सीरियस पर्सन. Sometimes even my family members do not consider me as a serious person. So you don't have to worry about it. They still say this to me, that you are a teacher, you are generally giving lectures on YouTube and classes, that what you have to do, what is the rules and regulations, or what other things which you have to follow, how you have to work on daily basis. Okay. And then at the end of the day, when I am out of the classroom, they say that you are not serious, you are still having childish behavior. So if I enjoy being childish, okay, I enjoy being childish. So that is what we have to do on a daily basis. If I am taking the classes, you know that during the classes, I'm not having that much childish behavior. But after the classes, once the classes are over, if I am there in my personal space, so there, of course, we have to get that childish behavior. So don't worry about it. It's all good. Friday question, chalo, Richa, I will bring that Friday question in the next session and I will discuss that. Okay. So just one more minute, I will take you. Last day, I told you that I will show you the GS paper 3 questions also. Dekho, I know many of you are also doing this weekly current affair class in the batches. Okay. So tell me, when did we discuss this question? ये question हम लोगों ने कब discuss किया था? मतलब ये topic कब discuss किया था? Some of you are doing the weekly current affair class in the batch. तो ये जो portion है CBDC का, so when did we discuss it? कब किया था हम लोगों ने discuss? I think many of you would remember this. ये topic कब discuss हुआ था? Yes. So on last Saturday itself, we have discussed this part. नहीं, Saturday को ही discuss किया था, Sunday को नहीं. And then there was examination. Then there was question in the examination on CBDC. इसको खैर हम लोगों ने बहुत पहले भी कई बार discuss किया है. ठीक है. In classes also we have discussed this, that the UPI and CBDC difference, कि UPI क्या है, CBDC क्या है. So this is one topic which we have seen multiple times. Then we have seen, now see this one thing. If you have gone through the Science and Tech Foundation classes, अगर आपने Science and Tech Foundation classes की है, you may have seen this in the case of biotechnology. In the case of biotechnology, we have discussed about agriculture. और agriculture में मैंने आपको बताया था कि there is one pre-sowing period, there is the season, and there is also post-harvest. Okay. Post-harvest के बारे में भी हम लोगों ने बायोटेक में क्लासेस में डिस्कस किया था. So if you look at this, in the agriculture, especially in the topic of biotech, if you remember, we have discussed multiple stages of agriculture. कि pre-sowing phase में क्या करते हैं, during the season what we do, and in post-harvest phase what are the challenges. Okay. So that is also something which we have discussed, and we have added many such examples. हम लोगों ने इसमें कई सारे examples भी note किए थे. We have discussed many such examples also in the classes with respect to this biotechnology. Okay. अगर आप अपना notes निकाल कर देखोगे, you will find this one thing. Then, if you look at this, fast breeder reactor, not 1 or 2 times. We have discussed it more than 10 times. We have also discussed about this, especially this one term, what do you mean by criticality? What do you mean by criticality? What is the meaning of criticality? We have in fact discussed this in funny way also, कि critical होने का क्या मतलब होता है? Is it there in ICU? Okay. So we have discussed this many a times, that what is the meaning of criticality, what is the difference between fast breeder reactor and the normal reactors which we are there. Okay. And then clean energy का future क्या है? I think this is something which we have discussed many a times. Even in our editorial sessions, we have discussed exclusively about the nuclear energy. तो उस पर भी discuss किया था. Okay. Then, if you look at this, fake news and disinformation. See this one thing. And the second part is with respect to the IT rules, amendment to the IT rules. In the editorial session on 28th April, amendment to the IT rules 2021. We have discussed this in editorial session. Okay. Amendment to the IT rules 2021, 28th of April. Then 29th May. Okay. AI and misinformation. Here we have discussed कि what are the security challenges, क्या-क्या challenges होते हैं, how the fake news is creating new challenges. How the fake news is creating new challenges. So we have also discussed this one part. Okay. Then, इस topic पे तो मैं कुछ बोलूंगा भी नहीं. This is one topic which I don't even need to tell. Okay. एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी पे हमने जितने आर्टिकल्स किए हैं, इनफैक्ट all the possible angles of energy security, from West Asia to dependence on US to agri photovoltaics to solar energy to nuclear energy to all forms of energy, ethanol से लेकर जितनी भी energy sources हैं, we have discussed about all these things. इस पर एक नहीं, you will find at minimum 10 sessions on this. अगर आप अपना नोट्स निकाल कर देखोगे तो वी हैव मिनिमम 10 सेशंस ऑन दिस वन टॉपिक. तो इसलिए मैं इस पे किसी चीज को बोल ही नहीं रहा हूं. आई एम नॉट एडिंग एनी सच डे ऑन दिस बिकॉज वी हैव नॉट डिस्कस्ड इट इन वन सिंगल डे. We have not discussed this for one single day. We have discussed all the possible angles of energy security. Yeah. Then, this one thing, how are startups in India promoting entrepreneurship? ठीक है, आपको याद होगा, this is one thing which we have discussed on 25 June कि what is the status of startups in India. भारत में startups का क्या status है, भारत में startups का क्या status है. And then we have discussed about कि India doesn't need startups, India need scale-ups. इंडिया में क्या जरूरत है स्टार्टअप्स में. तो वी हैव डिस्कस्ड दैट व्हाट आर द चैलेंजेस विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू स्टार्टअप्स, क्या चैलेंजेस है, एंड व्हाई डू वी नीड स्केल अप्स, व्हाई डू वी नीड स्केल अप्स. So this is one thing which we have discussed here on 25th of June. This is where we have discussed on 25th of June. Then mission दृष्टि ऑप्टो SAR सैटेलाइट. ठीक है, ये मैंने आपको बोला था कि दिस इज समथिंग विच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर नेक्स्ट ईयर ऑल्सो. 2027 के लिए भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. इन द मंथ ऑफ मे इट वॉज लॉन्च्ड एंड दिस ऑप्टो SAR सैटेलाइट, this is again something which we have discussed on 8th of July. Okay, this is something which we have discussed on 8th of July, that what is this mission दृष्टि, क्या एम था, किसने लॉन्च किया था, कब लॉन्च किया था, क्या एम था, what were the technical specification. In fact we have discussed the geomagnetic storm. ठीक है, कि geomagnetic storm क्या है, इस पे भी हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था. So that is also something which we have discussed. एजेंटिक AI. ठीक है, जस्ट गो थ्रू द 4th August, 4 अगस्त का आप सेशन निकाल कर देखो. वी हैव सीन दिस वन थिंग कि व्हाट इज, जिसमें हम लोगों ने मिथोस AI के बारे में डिस्कस किया था. वी हैव डिस्कस्ड अबाउट द मिथोस AI, वी हैव डिस्कस्ड अबाउट द मिथोस AI सिस्टम. मिथोस AI को एजेंटिक AI भी बोलते हैं. इनफैक्ट अगर आप उस दिन का नोट्स निकाल कर देखोगे, इट इज द सेशन ऑफ 4th of August 2026, 4 अगस्त 2026. इस दिन का आप नोट्स निकाल कर देखो, यू विल फाइंड द एजेंटिक AI. I don't have to provide it. You can see it through the Telegram itself, that what is agentic AI. In fact, some of you have asked question also about this कि sir agentic AI क्या होता है. So that is also something which we have discussed. Then what are the challenges to solid waste management? Again, see this one thing, solid waste management rules. This is something which was there in January 2026. ये जनवरी 2026 में आया था. तब हमारा एडिटोरियल सेशन नहीं होता था. दिस इज पार्ट ऑफ द अध्ययन बैच. ये जनवरी 2026 का टॉपिक है. गो एंड सी दिस सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट रूल्स 2026. So this is GS paper 3. Okay, last day I have shown you GS paper 2. कल मैंने आपको GS paper 2 दिखाया था कि what questions have been there in GS paper 2. This day it is about GS paper 3 कि GS paper 3 में क्या क्या आया था. ठीक है, तो चिल्ला okay, so this is what we have done in our classes. This is what we have done in our classes in the last, like if you look at this, it is in the GS paper 3 we are talking about just last the 6-7 months. ठीक है, ये बस लास्ट 6 से 7 महीने का है. This is what we have done in last 6 to 7 months in our editorial sessions plus the other batches we are having. Okay. So thank you everyone. Okay, and thank you everyone for staying through these classes. When we have started the classes at that time, there were only few people who were joining the classes, only few people who were writing the answers. Now I think more number of people are there. So you can see that what we are doing and what we are achieving through it. Okay. So that will be all for today. Thank you everyone. We will meet again tomorrow and then we will discuss other things. Thank you. Take care and all